Hello and welcome to My Left Ear. I am Carrie Freeman, the writer, producer, director, as I always like to say. This is a left-leaning YouTube channel, and I cover current politics, and I do psychic commentary plus the runes to get some guidance on situations. Now today, I'm doing the weekly runes. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just reading the rune energy for this week. Yesterday I had technical problems and it took my political video like 7 hours to upload. So I decided to not try to do any more yesterday. Hopefully this will go smoothly. So the weekly runes are going to be from today, October 31st, Happy Halloween, and November 7th. And what happened is I did toss the runes in preparation for doing them yesterday, Monday. And I tell you what, the runes were really dark. They were really negative for the week. And I went, whoa. But then when I got interrupted yesterday and delayed yesterday, I went, you know what? I'm going to throw the runes again, which I did this morning. So they're fresh runes. Before I start, I just want to mention a couple of news things because I did cover this yesterday. Despite what the runes said yesterday, my left ear said Netanyahu will not want a ceasefire or a pause. And sure enough, he came out last night and he announced that. No ceasefire, no pause. He feels that, you know, when 9/11 happened, there was no cease. You know, a long time ago when Pearl Harbor happened, there was no ceasefire. I'm not aligning myself, I'm just sharing what he talked about. So that's very discouraging for people that are trapped, more than discouraging. I can't find the right words, to be honest with you. I understand that one soldier was released. I don't know where that soldier is from. I believe it's a male. Don't know if it's someone from Israel or America, not sure. But one was released. We don't know why. You know, why is one being released? And then this new tiny man speaker, Mike Johnson, Trump's Johnson, already got busy and presented, there's a new House bill that first of all was intentioned for supporting Israel. I'm looking over here because these are my notes. Supporting Israel, and there's nothing mentioned about Ukraine in this bill, but it cuts funding to the IRS. And if it had not cut, we don't know if it's passed yet or anything, but if it didn't cut funding for the IRS would have expanded to go after billionaires that are cheating and not paying their taxes. So this benefits the GOP. It's very ballsy. We will see what happens. We don't know about a package for Ukraine, but I tell you what, my left ear says, by hook or by crook, it's going to happen because Joe Biden wants it. And as I mentioned yesterday, the turtle, Mitch McConnell, believes in funding for Ukraine. So between those two men, somehow, some way, they're going to sit on the little Johnson. I'm sorry, I have to do something to make me laugh about it, and make it happen. We'll just see when. All right. So weekly runes that were very different from the weekend to this morning. They never cease to amaze me. But the first rune I pulled, and it's always about what's the energy of this week that we need to know, that we need to be aware of. And it got partnership, and partnership is really good. It's a gift. It's considered a gift. It has no reverse. It looks like a big X. And it indicates that some partnership is in form at hand. And we're put on notice not to collapse ourselves into that union. And it's achieved by two separate entities coming together. to unite. So there's some kind of maybe united front this week on some level. And it also should be, it's very strange. I don't know if this applies to this week, and we're talking about, you know, the United States and so on and so forth. And I suppose, you know, Israel and Hamas are part of that. But the nickname for partnership is the love rune. And that indicates the gift. So, you know, I wish I could pull it out of a hat and tell you what this gift may be. It could be a number of things. It could be, you know, something coming together in the house. It could be George Santos dropping out. It could be Donald Trump being thrown in jail for a weekend to get his attention. But there's also a partnership with the divine. This is what it talks about. The greater union between the higher self and the divine. And then it is a period of increased activity and the potential of new contracts. It's always in the upright position. It has no reverse, but there's positive energy coming. How we use it is up to us. And from it flow a lot of other gifts. So given that, our next rune I pulled is fertility. These are all really good. Fertility is new beginning. So what could happen to create a new beginning? It's intuitive. It's a part of our nature. It's about harmonizing and adjusting, which kind of goes along with partnership. It embodies the need for sharing. So it's possible that there's some kind of union, maybe with another country, that's going to move things forward, or it's movement in the house. It's hard to know, but it marks something that's joyful. This is, you know, we are in dark times, so this is very interesting. And it is a rune of great power. It says, you now have the strength to achieve completion or resolution, which opens new beginnings. Now, maybe that has to do with Ukraine. Hard to know. I mean, really. It also signals emergence from a closed state. As we resolve and clear away the old crap, that's not in the book, I said crap. We are released from a very closed, limited state, a habit or a rut. So this is pretty interesting. Let me see what else I've caught on the way. Now, because it's fertility, there's energy held within a small kernel of a seed. So this speaks of potential, like very good potential, okay? It's the energy of beginnings and new births, which is very strange because there's so many pregnant women in Gaza, some who have given birth, some who are about to give birth. So I just find this interesting here. And I pray that they're going to be okay. There's a phrase associated with this fertility, and it's life finds a way. I really like that. Why don't you write that down? Life finds a way. It's very poetic. Changes in the offing. Remember that it takes time of the energy of this seed to be released. So there might be an inkling of it and not the real actualization this week. But it says, await the deliverance with calm certainty. And then the third rune, because I pulled 3 and then a clarifier. The gateway. It's a little mysterious, but the gateway is a place of non-action. It's a place of contemplation, and I want to say strategizing. That's what just came through my left ear. It represents moving from one space into another space. So there is movement of some kind this week. And it may be that this will happen and we'll not even realize it's occurred immediately. Like we'll look over our shoulder and go, oh my God, that happened. So it speaks of standing before a gateway, ready to take a step. It is a rune that tells us there's work to be done, both inside and out. Boy, don't we know that. And it's not to be approached and passed through without contemplation. Tells me right now there's like big decisions being made that we don't know about. That's what this indicates to me right now. Deep transformational forces are at work. If we step through that gateway, if a decision of some kind is made, we're supposed to pause and review it. All the victories, joys are a lesson. So it's about a little bit about letting go of the past and reclaiming our power. And if that affects you on an emotional place, like something personal, then accept it, that it's meant for you, okay? Now, the clarifier, so I just want to make sure I went through this properly. Okay, partnership, fertility, gateway. All right, I did it correctly. The clarifier, which is like, pull this together for us, is joy. Joy. It's the rune of joy and light. It's a fruit-bearing branch. It speaks of things finally coming together. Talks of a culmination of a phase of learning and growth. And it does speak of positive results. So now we've had like 3 runes that speak of positive results today. It's very interesting, is it not? It is emblematic of new clarity and understanding in the current situation. So there may be some very serious private strategizing about this new little man, Johnson, who's the speaker. They might be like, okay, how are we going to work with this guy? Let's feel this out. If he comes with this offer, what are we going to go back with? They're strategizing, okay? I saw a little video of Hakeem Jeffries, the wonderful Democratic speaker, shaking hands with little man Johnson and smiling at him, looking very charming, taller. And I thought, Hakeem has that marker where he can be political. You know, he can use his charm, offensive. And I saw it in the picture. They're not going in hostile. They're going in like, let's try to make this, let's try to romance this guy a little bit and see what we can work out, make happen in the house. Now, also, you wouldn't think so, but this rune of joy also talks of positive occurrences in the business world. Isn't that interesting? In the business world. And that tells me the political world, you know, because politics is business. And here it is, I'm just reading it. And it suggests that partnering of some kind will bring rewards and advancement. It's good. It's good, isn't it? You know, in my hurry, I really didn't look up good evidence. But I'll tell you something funny that happened this morning. I had this great idea. About 4 or 5 years ago, I got invited to a Halloween party, and I'm not that crazy about dressing up for Halloween. It might be because I was an actress and I'm used to costumes. I wore a lot of costumes on stage and so on and so forth. I don't know what it is. I loved it as a kid, but I decided, oh, get over yourself and go. And it was a little house up in Topanga Canyon, up a winding road in the dark. And I didn't go this year. I just couldn't make that drive by myself. It's very sort of treacherous up in the mountains like that. But I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll surprise my my subscribers, my viewers, and I'll put on the dress that I wore 4 or 5 years ago for this costume party, because I went as Melania Trump at the time. So I had a tiara and I had a banner that I had made up called Queen of whatever, wherever she's from, not Romania. It was clear that I was Melania. I think I don't have that tiara anymore. So I pull out the dress this morning to put it on, thinking, oh, what fun. It's got sequins and all kinds of stuff. And it doesn't fit me anymore. I could not get that much of the zipper up to make it close. And I went, I knew I needed to lose a few pounds, but there we go. And then I looked inside, like, what size did I order? And I must have been really thin because it's a petite 2. I don't think I'm going to get back into that petite 2. But I had this desire to do something fun. So I took the dress off and I put on my poppy dress. So that's not exactly good evidence, but it's just kind of a odd story. So I will see you soon. I'm keeping an eye on all this, the hostages, Hamas, and I'll tell you something. I saw Hillary Rodham Clinton being interviewed. She was Secretary of State under Obama, and she said a ceasefire or a pause would be very bad because Hamas would use it to gather more artillery, more strategizing plans for attack. And if Hillary Rodham Clinton says that, I'm buying it because I think she knows what she's talking about. But it doesn't take away from the barbarism that's going on. I was up at 2:30 this morning. I just give up. I get up, I make a little coffee. Petey and I have a little romance. I read. Sometimes I go back to bed, but all this noise gets me up in the middle of the night. So I'm not sure what to say, but I need to do, or I want to do, a Patreon, and I'm going to do a Patreon in the next couple of days. So I haven't forgotten about that. And I'll be back. Keep an eye out for this wild Rune energy this week. It's just interesting how they all lined up. That's what happened when I was alone one day about a month ago, and I just picked up the runes and I said, okay, guys, is Biden going to be the president? Is it going to be the next president? And I got the kind of reading I got today. I just got like, joy, partnership, whatever it was like boom, boom, boom. Could not have been better. So I'll share that with you. And, one thing that I think I'll share that's really positive, there's a man that came on Twitter. I think he's some kind of a producer. He's young, married. I started following him because he found a stray black kitten and he adopted it. So everybody wanted to kind of follow that story. And the kitten's very happy and in the home and fixed and all that. And so he'll post the kitten. But he's a very smart guy. And he said, I want everybody to know something. I have called the last 5 elections correctly. And Biden is winning in 24, 25. Biden's continuing to be our president. And he said, take it to the bank. So that means in 2016, he predicted, yeah, you're not going to like this, but Trump is going to win. So if someone says, I picked it the last 5 times, I'm going to go, listen, what did he say? And let's just keep our spirits up. Okay? It'll be up and down, but let's keep our spirits up. Alrighty then, I will see you soon. And I did promise, Frida, to write out the names of House reps that are up for Democrats that are up to beat Republicans. And I'm going to make a list of it and what state they're in. So, and I'm going to put that in the community section. So that is coming because all I got was their names, but I want to tell you, this person is from here, this person is from there. So I have people from all over the world, which is exciting, Queensland, Australia. I always get such a kick. I want you to know when you tell me where you're from, I go, wow, you you'd think I wasn't like in the 21st century, but I still marvel at how we can connect. I marvel at a lot of things. So let's keep it going as best as possible, okay? Make peace, make good memories, and let us pray. Even if we don't pray, let us wish, demand, transform, insist that this video uploads quickly. Okay. Bye-bye.